My foot was pressing the pedal to the floor, and the engine roared out as a result, and I still found myself wishing I could drive faster. How could I have been so stupid? How could I have known? I called the kid on a recommendation from my neighbors. They said he was a great sitter, that he always came through in a pinch. And it was a pinch if there ever was one. The reservations I had made were about as hard to get as they would be expensive, but she'd looked forward to this night all month long. With our normal sitter, Mary, canceling at the last minute, it really put us in a bind. Luckily, I remembered Adam, the kid the neighbors told me to call if I ever needed. The kid picked up, and although short notice, told me he'd be there by 6 p.m. sharp. The day was so beautiful, sun dancing with the sporadic shadows that cascaded through the windows. My son playing happily with me in our basement almost all day long. I never gave any of this a passing thought. Before I realized where the time had gone, there was a knock at the door. I was surprised to see a young man, who introduced himself as Adam, standing on the other side, since it was only about 5:30. Not only was this kid punctual, he was early. I took the opportunity to thank him up and down for coming, before rushing to get myself ready, my wife already done. Great thing about her, she's usually ready before I am. I gave Adam some money for pizza, kissed my son goodbye, and piled myself and my spouse into the car, leaving for an evening out on the town. It was over dinner that everything went south. Someone at a table nearby was talking about a news story on their phone, about how they knew someone that had apparently been in some sort of tragic accident or worse. I know I shouldn't have been eavesdropping, and I was only half paying attention anyway, but the words Adam and sitter graced my ears. I listened a little closer after that, and upon hearing more, I dropped my fork to my plate, racing for my phone to check for local news updates. My wife kept asking me what was wrong, but I was too terrified at what was on my small screen and all the implications it contained to answer back. As I raced her and myself to the car, speeding off towards home, I replayed the events of the day in my mind. The kid said his name was Adam, and he appeared nice enough, but in hindsight, sounded a little bit different in person. But that made sense, because a local sitter, Adam, was found dead in his vehicle, murdered along some back road on the outskirts of town, and his time of death was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No matter how many times I tried calling the house on my way, no one picked up. But I knew why. Because I may not know who was in my house with my child, but I knew it wasn't Adam.